I just said that. Here's the headline. Sweden has made sex without consent illegal. Here's what it means.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Final segment here of the War Room. I'm going to try to get to all the callers here, but first I need to take care of a news blitz. So let me just get right into it. Now, this is the type of story where it's like, I've always asked, why didn't more people feel this way? Why didn't you hear about this more as far as the Harvey Weinstein allegations are concerned? Brad Pitt threatened to kill Harvey Weinstein over alleged Gwyneth Paltrow assault. Well, Brad Pitt is a Missouri-raised boy, and so I take pride in being from Missouri, and I know that that's how you're raised in Missouri, probably here in Texas too, but I'm not from here. I've always wondered, how is Harvey Weinstein able to get away with all this, and there's not one man in Hollywood that's willing to stand up? Well, Brad Pitt apparently did long ago, and even threatened to kill Harvey Weinstein. Again, I'm not trying to act like some hero. I'm not a tough guy. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I have instincts to defend women, and I'm just wondering if there's no men left in Hollywood with those instincts. Okay. Top Dems claim there is no evidence of spy in Trump's campaign. Now, I've been telling you that despite the FBI admitting it, despite Clapper admitting it, yes, there was a spy in Trump's campaign, Democrats still deny it. Do you realize how big of liars these people are? Or are the Democrats that uninformed? Are they that stupid and uninformed like Adam Schiff? Or are they just that big of liars? I'm asking you. We flash back the clocks to March 12th, 2017. Oh, old John McCain. McCain the insane of the Keating Five. You know what? I'm going to leave it there. I almost probably got a little bit too mean. McCain to Trump. Retract wiretapping claim or prove it. You notice how he didn't say that to the New York Times that printed the story first. So, McCain, how do you feel now, big boy? Big boy? Trump was right again, McCain. You were wrong. Stephen Miller, I forget who this guy was, but he tweets out a Washington Examiner story. Twitter blast Ivanka Trump for posting picture with son as migrant children go missing. That was the twist. And then CNN and MSNBC both picked it up today and tweeted about it and covered it. In fact, there was a whole segment on CNN. Twitter blast Ivanka Trump. Well, guess what? You do a little research into the quote-unquote blasting of Ivanka Trump over this picture. Stephen Miller did it. You know what he found out? They cited 3 Twitter users. One has 234 followers. The others have 17 and 9 followers. And that's the apparent blasting of Ivanka Trump on Twitter. No, that's the leftist spin trying to turn anything into a negative headline against the Trumps. Twitter horror. Chelsea Manning tweets suicide note and picture of herself on ledge of a tall building. This is from Alicia Poe. Now, she has, Chelsea Manning did not, or he, whatever you want to say, did not end up committing suicide or jump and has been taken down safety. But upon reading that, it immediately reminded me, transgender people face alarmingly high risk of suicide. That's from USA Today. Okay, and now you see why I had the connection of Chelsea Manning almost committing suicide, threatening suicide on a ledge of a building. Well, transgender people face alarmingly high risk of suicide. So now Chelsea Manning is of the 40% of transgender people that attempt suicide. 40%. Psychological issue, folks. Man burning American flag blanket starts wildfire. Now, I'm covering this not to whine and complain about some guy who wants to burn an American flag blanket. All right, whatever. This to me is a story that just tells you it's like an example. It's like a parable where, yeah, okay, here you are burning the American flag, whatever. You're the tough guy. You're the free speech guy. You're the virtue signaling guy. America bad. So you just burnt the American flag to send a message about how virtuous you are. And then what'd you do? You burnt everything around you down to the ground. That's an example of what happens in America if you try to destroy America. If Americans from within hate America and want to destroy America from within, use burning the flag as the analogy, what happens? The entire country burns to the ground and you have nothing left. So that's the perfect analogy for what the left is trying to do to America right now. Or here you go. Ramadan rage, Islamic terrorists kill at least 207, wound 322 in first 10 days. So it's just like, is this an Islamic thing where we lied to about 9/11? It's just all so ridiculous. But here's the headlines. Ramadan rage, Islamic terrorists kill at least 207, wound 322 in first 10 days. It goes on. Gunman shouting Allahu Akbar kills 2 police officers. Another one, suspected Islamicists behead 10 people, including children in Mozambique. And this was actually the group Al-Shabaab. And where was the, there was some connection to Al-Shabaab. But regardless, another example, Islamicists. So is this an Islamic problem? Is there something else here? What's going on? And then this was kind of ironic. Gaza, so the terrorist group in Gaza, some people are saying terrorist group, some people are saying Palestinians, some people are saying whatever. They fire off these rockets from the Gaza Strip and they hit Palestinian power lines and shut down power to the Gaza Strip. So just like burning the American flag, burnt down everything around it, they fire off rockets from the Gaza Strip, they hit their own power lines and kill their own power source. Okay? And then there was this story, which this is just the BBC. Again, it's all about, I'm not even trying to, I'm not trying to go on a side of the issue here. It's just, why is it that people are so obsessed with catering to Islam right now? It's a weird thing, okay? I mean, it's obviously a weird thing. Where the BBC puts this story and this special out, meet the Muslims who fast for 22 hours a day in Iceland. Why is that a story? Because it's Ramadan? Let me tell you something. No offense, 22 hours of fasting is not impressive. It's actually pretty easy. I did 72-hour famines every year in high school. That was part of our Christian tradition from the Bible, 72-hour famine. I didn't ask for a headline. I didn't need some praise, but a Muslim fasts for 22 hours a day, and it's the lead story on the BBC. 22 hours a day. Not that impressive. In fact, homeless people in America probably do that regularly. You don't see the BBC praising them. Okay, this is a big story that I really would like to get a guest on from Brazil or a caller from Brazil. Brazil truckers mega strike hits day 9. Truckers in Brazil are actually basically effectively working over what they want to get out of the government. In fact, more effectively than they originally thought, because they got the fuel prices lowered, which were the original cause for the strikes. But now they're keep striking and they're going for other political reasons. So we said the truckers in America could do that. The truckers in Brazil are doing it right now. Sweden has made sex without consent illegal. Here's what it means. Okay, yeah, I just said that. Here's the headline. Sweden has made sex without consent illegal. Here's what it means. So you have rape and unconsensual sex skyrocketing in Sweden. In this story, you know how often they mention the refugees being brought in? You know how often they mention the Islamicists being brought in that are responsible for this rape? The rape on New Year's Eve, like just gang raping in the street by Islamicists? Not mentioned once in this story as to why the sexual, non-consensual sex is going up. Oh, but now, you know what they want in Sweden? You have to get consent, like actual documented consent now in Sweden in order to make it with a woman. I guess that's good for both parties. I don't know. Yeah, okay. All right, I got time to squeeze in one phone call. I'm sorry to the rest of the callers. Let's go to Reed in Toronto. Reed, you got 60 seconds. Just fire away.
Okay. We can end this Mueller witch hunt in 2 weeks and literally laugh him out of office, in my humble opinion. I've sent you a T-shirt with the logo of the Department of Justice. I'm a graphic artist. I put a witch on there. It says Department of Justifiable Witch Hunt. If you sell them, I'll give them to you. Sell them. We'll march on the Department of Justice and the FBI, but we won't march. We'd have 10 minutes. We'll walk down the street, take a thing, and walk by, and we'll laugh them out of office. If Alex will go with this $5,000 thing for getting on the TV showing my logo, Department of Justifiable Witch Hunt, it's got the witch instead of the eagle, and they say,
all right, I'll tell you what, Reed. Thank you for the call. I wish we had more time to discuss this because I think it's good stuff, and this is kind of the citizen activism with creativity that can kind of steer narratives. Oh man, I don't want to march on Washington for justice, but if that's what we have to do, I guess that's what we have to do. But when do we decide that that's the necessary action? All right, that does it for the War Room today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 hours of live programming as usual at infowars.com/show. For the meantime, you stay classy, Info Warriors.